They say Chrisean finna be on the run because somebody was able to send pictures to the police department of Chrisean's junior genital parts, and they said he's bleeding from his diaper. She allegedly has not been taking him to his hernia surgery, so they're not up to date as well. He also has severe diaper rashes. And
Jason Lee has just dropped a bombshell that no one was prepared for, and the internet is reeling. In a chilling new revelation, he has confirmed the heartbreaking struggle of Chrisean Jr.
I want to put up $5,000 for Blueface and Christian Rock and have a baby. Let's start making bets now. Come on now, baby. I got $5,000 that Christian Rock and Blueface have a baby.
The baby fans thought was finally safe in his mother's arms. But what Jason revealed isn't just sad, it's downright devastating for weeks. Whispers have been circling online with fans speculating about the child's health, the chaotic family drama, and the dark secrets hiding behind Chrisean's social media smiles. But now, Jason Lee, known for exposing the untold truths that celebrities desperately try to keep hidden, has gone public. And what he shared has ripped the internet apart. According to Jason, Chrisean Jr. isn't just facing ordinary baby struggles, he's fighting battles that could change his life forever. The revelations paint a heartbreaking picture of a child caught between medical challenges, emotional turmoil, and family chaos. And if you thought this was already tragic, wait until you hear what else Jason claims. Because he insists this isn't just about Chrisean's baby, it's about betrayal, family silence, and the industry trying to cover it all up. Stay with me, B, because once you hear the shocking details, you'll realize nothing will ever be the same again. From the very beginning, Chrisean Rock's life has been a whirlwind of chaos, passion, and heartbreak. She's never been a stranger to controversy. Her rocky relationship with Blueface, her explosive social media rants, and her unfiltered nature have kept her name trending across platforms. But beneath the viral clips, the messy drama, and the fights caught on camera, there has always been one constant that fans hoped would bring her stability: her son, Chrisean Jr. When Chrisean announced her pregnancy, it was a roller coaster moment. Some fans doubted her ability to raise a child given her lifestyle, while others cheered, believing motherhood could finally be the turning point she needed. For months, she shared glimpses of her journey, posting emotional updates, sharing sonogram pictures, and at times breaking down over the pressures she was facing alone. But the narrative shifted the moment baby Chrisean Jr. entered the world. For fans, his arrival symbolized hope. It's a chance for Chrisean to rewrite her story and give her child the love and stability she herself never received. However, as quickly as that hope rose, rumors began to swirl. Fans noticed moments that didn't add up: cryptic tweets, deleted Instagram stories, and comments from family members hinting that things behind the scenes weren't as picture perfect as they seemed. Enter Jason Lee. The Hollywood Unlocked founder has built his brand on exposing truths celebrities desperately want hidden. His platform thrives on insider leaks, uncomfortable conversations, and bombshell exclusives that send shockwaves through the culture. Over the years, Jason has broken stories that mainstream outlets were too afraid to touch. Now, he's set his sights on Chrisean Rock and her baby in a new broadcast that's already going viral. Jason confirmed what many feared: Chrisean Jr. is struggling, and not just in the way most infants do. According to him, the issues run deeper than anyone realized. Jason claims he spoke to sources close to the family who described heart-wrenching details that left even his audience stunned into silence. This wasn't just gossip. This wasn't just speculation. Jason Lee came with alleged receipts backing his claims with the kind of evidence that made fans shiver. In his words, the situation isn't just a young mother figuring it out, it's devastating, and the ripple effect has been massive. Fans immediately took to Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram, voicing their heartbreak, anger, and confusion. Some rallied behind Chrisean, insisting she's a victim of exploitation and needs support, not criticism. Others accused her of negligence. arguing that she's been too caught up in social media drama to focus on her baby's well-being. Meanwhile, Jason Lee's confirmation has put the spotlight on a deeper, darker narrative. Is Chrisean Jr.'s struggle being ignored because the industry thrives on exploiting Chrisean's drama instead of helping her? Has the chaos around Blueface, her family fights, and the constant viral scandals distracted everyone from the most important reality that a baby's future is hanging in the balance? The background to all of this paints a tragic picture. Chrisean grew up in a fractured home, experiencing instability from a young age. She's spoken openly about her childhood struggles, homelessness, and the pain of not having steady parental support. For years, fans rooted for her to break that cycle. They wanted to see her give her son the foundation she never had. But Jason Lee's confirmation has reignited fears that history may be repeating itself, and this time, an innocent child is at the center of it all. As of now, Jason's revelation has left more questions than answers. What exactly is Chrisean Jr. going through? Why hasn't Chrisean spoken up in detail? And why did Jason choose this moment to go public with such devastating claims? One thing is certain: the stage is set for a storm that no one can ignore. And if the rumors Jason has teased about what's coming next are true, this story is only going to get darker, because what Jason hinted at in his closing words wasn't just about struggle, it was about betrayal, silence, and a devastating truth that could shake everything we thought we knew about Chrisean's life as a mother. When Jason Lee finally decided to go live with this story, nobody expected the level of devastation he was about to unleash. His tone was different, calmer, heavier, and filled with the weight of something that wasn't just gossip but a tragedy unfolding in real time. He didn't tease, he didn't drag it out. Instead, he dropped the words that sent chills across the internet. I can confirm from people very close to this situation that Chrisean Jr. is struggling, and the struggle is serious. That single line changed everything. For months, fans had been whispering about Chrisean's ability to care for her child. They'd seen her live streams where she looked distracted, her chaotic fights with Blueface splattered all over the internet, and her frequent disappearances from social media. But Jason's confirmation wasn't about rumors of neglect. It was about something far more heartbreaking. According to Jason, Chrisean Jr. has been battling health issues that have forced emergency interventions. He claimed multiple sources told him the baby had been rushed to the hospital more than once, something never shared publicly by Chrisean. Allegedly, these visits weren't minor checkups. They were moments where his well-being was hanging in. The balanced Jason went further, explaining that insiders described scenes that left them shaken. One source allegedly said, "The baby is so fragile. It's like he's carrying the weight of all the chaos around him." That phrase alone ignited panic. Fans flooded Twitter asking if the baby was sick, if something genetic was at play, or if the stress of Chrisean's volatile environment was taking a toll on his development. Jason didn't spell out the medical details, he claimed. He wouldn't reveal exact conditions for the child's privacy, but he made it clear this wasn't just a small issue. It was devastating. And then came the emotional dagger. Jason played a leaked voicemail, allegedly from someone inside Chrisean's family circle. The voice was trembling, emotional, and desperate. She loves that baby, but she doesn't know what she's doing. Nobody's helping her, and now the baby is suffering for it. The clip lasted less than 30 seconds, but it was enough. The internet exploded. Some fans cried foul, accusing Jason of exploiting private family matters for clout. But others latched onto the voicemail as proof that the baby's struggles were very real, and that Chrisean was drowning under the weight of motherhood at this point. The conflict wasn't just about Chrisean anymore. It was about the entire system around her. Where was Blueface in all of this? Where were her family members, her friends, her industry connections? How could so many people stand by while an innocent child's struggles were allegedly spiraling? Behind closed doors, the first twist, however, was the part that made jaws drop. After laying out the details of the baby's supposed health battles, Jason leaned forward and delivered a revelation no one saw coming. This isn't just about Chrisean being overwhelmed. It's about betrayal from the people closest to her. There are people who know what's happening. People who should be stepping up, but instead they're staying silent, or worse, using this baby's struggle as a bargaining chip. A bargaining chip. The chat room froze. Jason claimed insiders told him that certain figures around Chrisean, allegedly even within her management circle, were exploiting the situation. They were leaking details to blogs, spinning narratives, and weaponizing the baby's struggles to either gain sympathy for Chrisean or tear her down. Depending on what fit their agenda, this wasn't just about a young mother navigating challenges. This was about a child's pain being turned into currency in the industry. The betrayal angle set social media ablaze. Fans immediately began speculating who Jason was pointing at. Was it her estranged family members? Was it Blueface himself, who has never shied away from stirring controversy at Chrisean's expense? Or was it someone inside her current team feeding Jason these very details? Jason didn't name names, but he left a chilling hint. The person you'd least expect to protect her is the one letting her down the most. That line twisted, the knife deeper. Suddenly, the narrative shifted. This wasn't just about whether Chrisean was a capable mother. It was about who around her was profiting from the chaos. And if Jason's sources were telling the truth, then Chrisean and her baby were pawns in a much darker game. Fans began connecting dots. Old tweets resurfaced of Blueface mocking Chrisean's parenting. Screenshots circulated of her siblings publicly shading her choices. Even past live streams were rewatched frame by frame as fans tried to identify moments where something seemed off. TikTok theories erupted overnight. One viral video claimed the baby's hospital visits were covered up by people close to Chrisean so the media wouldn't catch wind. Another theorist suggested Jason's sources were none other than people in Blueface's camp, weaponizing the information to humiliate her as the speculation reached fever pitch. Jason ended his broadcast with one last haunting statement. If you think this is the end of the story, you're wrong. What's coming next is darker than anyone can imagine. And just like that, the first twist left fans shaken. The conflict wasn't just about a baby's health anymore. It was about betrayal, silence, and an industry conspiracy that could leave Chrisean Jr. paying the highest price. The moment Jason Lee dropped his confirmation about Chrisean Jr.'s struggle, the internet became an inferno. Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram timelines lit up with one word: devastating. Fans couldn't stop repeating Jason's phrase. And hashtags like #Pray for Chris EANGR and #Chris EAN exposed skyrocketed into trending spots within hours. What began as a heartbreaking story quickly turned into a cultural flashpoint. People weren't just reacting emotionally, they were demanding answers. Screenshots of Jason's broadcast flooded Instagram stories with captions like, "I knew something wasn't right. Blueface better not be behind this mess. This is heartbreaking, but WHY is nobody stepping in." But the chaos didn't stop there. Within minutes of Jason's revelations, other celebrities started weighing in. Rappers, reality stars, and influencers all felt the pull to comment on the story tearing through the internet. Cardi B posted a cryptic Instagram story. "You don't play with kids, ever. That baby deserves better than all this drama." Summer Walker liked a series of tweets criticizing how Chrisean's circle was allegedly using the baby's struggle for sympathy clout. Fans noticed and immediately speculated that she knew more than she was letting on. Even Nicki Minaj couldn't resist throwing shade. Tweeting late at night, "When the PPL around you only see dollar signs, the child always suffers first. #wake up." That one tweet sent the Barbs in Chrisean's fan base into war mode. Was Nicki indirectly calling out Chrisean? Or was she exposing someone else in her camp? The lack of clarity only fueled more arguments, and then came the reveal that nobody saw coming. A leaked text thread began circulating online. The screenshots, allegedly from someone in Blueface's circle, showed messages discussing the baby's condition in chillingly casual terms. One line stood out like a knife to the heart. "If we push the poor single mom angle, the blogs will eat it up. Keep the details vague but sad." The texts painted a horrifying picture. Insiders deliberately manipulating the baby's struggle to spin narratives for clicks, sympathy, and money. If true, this wasn't just betrayal, it was exploitation at the highest level. Fans were horrified. Twitter exploded with rage. "This is sick. Using a baby's pain for clout. Lock everyone up around her. This is beyond." Now we see why Jason said it's darker than we thought. Jason himself reposted the texts, saying, "This is exactly what I was talking about. Believe me now." But what escalated the situation even further was Blueface himself. Instead of showing concern, he went live on Instagram, smirking and mocking the backlash. His words, "Oh man, y'all always trying to make me the villain? That baby good. Y'all believe anything these bloggers say?" The dismissive tone, the laughter, the lack of seriousness only poured gasoline on the fire. Fans turned on him instantly, accusing him of deflecting and minimizing what could be a life or death situation. And just when people thought the drama couldn't get any more explosive, Jason Lee returned with a second shocking reveal. He claimed he had spoken to a nurse who allegedly treated Chrisean Jr. during one of his hospital visits. The nurse, who insisted on remaining anonymous, supposedly said the baby came in struggling more than once. It wasn't neglect, it was exhaustion, stress, and an environment that wasn't stable. "We tried to keep it quiet, but the truth always comes out." This revelation shattered the internet again. It wasn't just about sickness anymore. It was about the environment. It's the chaos, the volatility surrounding Chrisean and Blueface that could be impacting the baby. Suddenly, the conversation shifted from whispers of neglect to a broader, darker question. Was this child doomed to suffer simply because of the environment he was born into? The reaction was immediate. Industry insiders began whispering that Child Protective Services might already be involved. Fake but believable documents began circulating online, alleging that social workers had visited Chrisean's home. Whether true or not, the rumors took on a life of their own, and fans began demanding accountability, not just from Chrisean, but from everyone around her. Blueface, her siblings, her friends, her management, nobody was safe from the wrath of an audience that felt betrayed, horrified, and heartbroken. But Jason wasn't done. He ended his follow-up post with one final chilling warning. This isn't the last revelation. There's more, much more. And when it comes out, the entire industry will have to pick a side. The cliffhanger set the internet ablaze. If the first twist was betrayal, the second shocking reveal made it clear. This was no longer a private family tragedy. It was a public war, fueled by manipulation, fueled by money. And most devastating of all, fueled by a baby's suffering. If Jason Lee's confirmation and the leaked texts hadn't already ripped the internet apart, the aftermath that followed left no corner of social media untouched. Fans weren't just sad anymore, they were furious, divided, and ready to go to war online. On Twitter, the hashtag #ProtectChris, hit over 3 million mentions in less than 24 hours. But it wasn't unity, it was chaos. Half of the tweets blasted Chrisean for allegedly putting her baby in harm's way, while the other half accused Blueface and his circle of being the real villains behind the scenes. One viral tweet read, "Chrisean, maybe a mess, but she's still fighting for her baby. Blueface is out here laughing like nothing's wrong. Who's the real problem here?" Another, with nearly 200K likes, fired back, "Stop excusing her. A baby needs more than love, it needs stability. And she clearly doesn't have that under control." The debate got so heated that fans began pulling up old videos of Chrisean's chaotic moments, fights, breakdowns, reckless behavior, while others pulled receipts of Blueface's cruelty and mockery. It became a digital battleground of blame. But the storm didn't stop with fans. Celebrities jumped in too, creating a rift across the industry. Summer Walker doubled down, tweeting, "Babies don't ask for this. They deserve peace, not chaos. I stand with the nurse." That single post triggered a cascade of responses. Some applauded her courage, while others accused her of clout chasing and trying to make herself part of the story. Cardi B, already hinting at frustration, got even bolder. In a late-night Instagram live, she ranted, "I don't care who gets mad when it comes to kids. You do better. Ain't no excuse. Don't let fame make you forget what matters most." Her words sent shockwaves, as many fans interpreted them as a direct shot at Chrisean herself. Meanwhile, Nicki Minaj's cryptic tweet became the centerpiece of another war, with the Barbs going toe-to-toe against Chrisean's loyal supporters. It wasn't just about the baby anymore, was turning into a full-blown hip-hop fandom war, with celebrities caught in the crossfire. Even Meek Mill threw in his 2 cents, posting on Threads, "I hate seeing..." Meanwhile, fan accounts began posting fake but viral CPS reports allegedly confirming that investigators had already stepped into the situation. Though unverified, these screenshots spread like wildfire, convincing thousands that an official case was already underway. TikTok creators made entire series analyzing Jason's claims, the nurse's alleged statement, and Blueface's dismissive live. Each clip racked up millions of views, with people dissecting every word, every expression, every gesture like detectives on a crime show. But the most devastating blow came from within Chrisean's own circle. One of her so-called friends went live, nearly in tears, claiming, "Y'all don't even know half of it. That baby is going through more than Jason said. And Chrisean is trying, but she's breaking down. And the people around her, they don't care. They're using her." That single live stream reignited the conversation with a vengeance. Fans demanded to know, was Chrisean a victim too? Was she surrounded by snakes who were setting her up for failure? Or was she complicit in the exploitation Jason exposed? The public and industry reactions didn't just make this story bigger, they turned it into an unavoidable crisis. Nobody could ignore it anymore. Not the fans, not the celebrities, not even the industry itself. But as the dust settled on this fiery reaction, Jason Lee himself resurfaced to promise something even darker. "Y'all think the texts were bad? Wait until you see the final receipts. Then you'll know exactly who's been lying this whole time." The world froze. If what Jason had already revealed was devastating, then what could possibly be worse? Just when the storm seemed like it couldn't possibly get any darker, Jason Lee stepped back into the spotlight and delivered the final blow, a revelation so shocking that even his most hardened followers gasped in disbelief. During a surprise Hollywood Unlocked livestream, Jason leaned into the camera with that signature smirk and whispered, "Y'all wanted the truth? Well, here it is." And then, without warning, he dropped screenshots of what he claimed were direct communications between a record label executive and Chrisean's inner circle. These messages allegedly detailed a deal to keep Chrisean Jr.'s real medical condition, hidden a cover-up meant to protect Chrisean's brand, shield Blueface from backlash, and, most disturbingly, keep fans from knowing just how fragile the baby's situation truly was. The leaked messages suggested that Chrisean Jr.'s struggles were far more severe than anyone had imagined. Jason's sources claimed the baby had been in and out of private medical facilities, shielded from the public eye, while insiders coordinated distractions online to make fans think everything was fine. The most chilling line in the alleged emails read, "If the truth about the baby gets out, it's over not just for Chrisean, but for all of us tied to her." The livestream chat exploded. Thousands of fans typed in disbelief. some screaming for answers, others furious at the idea of a child being used as a bargaining chip in an industry-covered dash-up. And then Jason twisted the knife deeper. He claimed that a well-known female artist, someone who had publicly supported Chrisean in the past, was also involved in silencing the truth. He wouldn't name names, at least not yet, but he promised receipts. Fans immediately began speculating, with theories ranging from Summer Walker to Cardi B to even Megan Thee Stallion. The suspense was unbearable. Blueface, unsurprisingly, went live within minutes of Jason's reveal, laughing it off and mocking Jason as a clout chaser. But fans weren't buying it anymore. The laughter felt hollow, forced, desperate. Comment after comment accused him of hiding the truth, with some even demanding authorities intervene immediately. Meanwhile, Chrisean herself remained eerily silent. No tweets, no Instagram lives, nothing. For someone who usually reacts instantly, her silence spoke volumes, and fans interpreted it as guilt, fear, or both. Blogs exploded with headlines. Jason Lee exposes cover-up in Chrisean Jr's health. Crisis. Blueface mocked fans while his son's struggles were hidden. Receipts drop. Which female rapper helped keep the secret? And then came the final dagger, the cliffhanger nobody saw coming. At the very end of his live stream, Jason held up what appeared to be a medical document, blurred out, but official looking. He leaned back and said, "This paper right here proves everything. I can't show you yet because if I do, they'll shut me down. But trust me, it's coming. And when it drops, you'll never look at Chrisean, Blueface, or this entire industry the same again." The internet froze. Was Jason bluffing? Or did he really have hard evidence that Chrisean Jr's medical condition had been deliberately hidden? Fans begged him to release it immediately, but Jason logged off with a sly smile, leaving everyone hanging on the edge of their seats. Theories went wild. Some insisted the blurred paper was fake. Others believed it was the very reason Chrisean had gone silent, proof she couldn't fight against. Others worried this could lead to a full-scale CPS intervention that might rip the baby from her arms. One viral TikTok summed up the fear perfectly. If Jason's telling the truth, then this isn't just gossip anymore. This is a baby's life on the line, and it's about to get real ugly. The cliffhanger had been set. Jason Lee promised to return with more. Chrisean's silence grew louder by the hour, and Blueface's dismissive laughs no longer felt convincing. Now, the world waits. Will Jason expose the full truth? Will Chrisean fight back? Or will the industry double down to protect its secrets? One thing is certain, this story is far from over. So now the question becomes, what happens next? Jason Lee says he's holding undeniable proof. But if that document really exists, it could change everything.